On this episode, I'm going to talk about humor, billion-dollar ideas, a tough patch, and I take the ALS challenge. What's up, everybody? This is GaryVee, Chuck, and this is episode 9 of the Ask GaryVee show. Fun fact about the number 9. The number 9 is John Hall's number, the pot-smoking wild kicker of the late 90s, early 2000 New York Jets.
Kyle asks, what's an area of life that you haven't given your fullest efforts?
Kyle, great question, and I probably was willing to answer it because of how good I feel about this question. There were 2 places 36 months ago that I was struggling in. One was kind of the nonprofit NGO. I was giving my dollars, but I wasn't giving my time. Now I'm a very proud member of the board of Pencils of Promise, and I've gotten more involved with my time, which is the real asset, and I feel like I'm checking that box of giving back outside of my own family and things of that nature, and so I feel good about that. And the other one is my health. So I would say health was the clear answer only 35 days ago. I guess now, maybe a little bit more Gary time, between kids and the businesses and now working out and AJ's been pushing me this, he's gotten into golf a little bit, I don't feel like I've been able to figure out or crack or hack Gary time, right? I guess the Jets do that, but then that's really September to December. I get that Sunday for 5, 7, 8, 9 hours, depending if it's a home or road game. I think January through September, finding something that's just for me, that I really enjoy, is something I should probably figure out. But the truth is, that doesn't feel right to me right now as the kids are 2 and 5. I want to kind of allocate to that, the health. I'm just prioritizing other stuff. Hopefully in the next 2 or 3 years, Gary time.
Shai asks, how does humor play a role in business?
Shai, this is a really great question, and you've been known to ask me great questions. Oh, you thought I forgot about WeWork? I actually think it plays a role, but I would say it plays a role in the way that it plays a role in all of life. Humor happens to be one of the most attractive personality traits. I mean, look at the tragic events of this week of Robin Williams, the enormous emotion and outcry and sadness and feelings that have come from the American public. Shows you how much a comedian can get very deeply ingrained in the world, and he was one of those greats. I honestly use humor. I mean, a lot of you watch my keynotes. I like to fancy and think that a lot of my keynotes take on a stand-up comedy routine. I find myself having the ability to drive difficult HR conversations and selling things through to clients or to the general public by leveraging humor. I think humor is an enormously attractive trait that is a very important part of business, but no more important than the other things that people are very attracted to in others, which is caring and empathy, self-awareness, gratitude, kindness, beauty. It's just another core tenet that if you've got it, use it.
Mike asks, is Jab, 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 Right Hook coming out in audiobook form? Mike,
I've been dodging this question on Twitter for months, so congratulations for penetrating episode 9. The answer is, I was supposed to do it in December of last year, January. I kind of lollygagged. The 2 full days in the kind of booth just became unpractical because VaynerMedia is exploding. And so, all right, I've been watching this guy. I've been watching you, Eitan. Yeah, this time, I've got your number.
Oh no.
We got him this time, guys. We got him. So where was I? Don't edit any of this. Where was I?
Recording booth, not practical.
Yeah, it wasn't practical. VaynerMedia is exploding with characters, and so I just haven't gotten to it. And the truth is, we're thinking about having somebody else read it. It's just kind of one of these things that is dragging now and is lending itself to me not doing it, which I know is now going to get a ton of boos in the comment section. And I apologize.
Jason asks, What's the hardest thing you've had to deal with in the past 5 years, and how did you get through it?
Jason, that is an intense question. Actually, you know what? Before I answer that question, I did a little something fun for the audience and something powerful. I'd like to think my little contribution to the cause earlier this morning. Let's take a look.
I'm doing Ice Bucket Challenge for ALS Aware, and you, GaryVee, tell me if you want to accept my challenge. Hashtag AskGaryVee.
Hey Michael, it's GaryVee, and I am taking the Ice Bucket Challenge. Bring it, Nate. I know you're gonna love this. Holy... Whoa! I challenge you, Vayner Nation, to step up.
So that was interesting this morning. Nate has never been happier. Let's make sure we edit in at Nate's handle in there so he gets a little love. I love when we give the Vayner peeps some love. Now to a little bit more of a somber, serious question. Jason, over the last 5 years, the hardest thing that I've had to deal with, you know, hands down, it has to be the fact of siphoning off of Wine Library TV, Daily Grape, that routine of 6 years, and really leaving the day in, day out operations of the family business that is the most emotional business, you know, working with my dad, kind of this transition of being day in and day out with my dad to being day in and day with my brother. Enormous emotion comes with that. Yeah, I probably never even realized that that would ever happen. It was a very big brain twist for me that I would be transitioning out of the family business into another chapter in my life, and I struggled with that quite a bit. A lot of heavy emotion, the relationships and the people at Wine Library, my dad and I dynamics, just all these very interesting things that was also happening right when Misha was born. It was an interesting time in my life. I was growing up and transitioning and changing. I dealt with it with what I deal with everything, and really probably the cornerstone of my happiness. I dealt with it by over communicating. The level of communication I had with the people involved was very high and allowed for it to happen. And so that's what I did.
Damien asks, when you have $1 billion potential business plan without the financial resources and the inventory, where do you start with funding?
Damien, you know, this is one of those questions that I like picking for the show because I'm always scared to be too rude to the audience. You guys are smiling. Okay. Now I'm freaked out that Eitan's doing stuff.
Just at you.
Oh, you guys are worried about how much I'm about to thrash Damien? Got it.
A little bit.
Damien, the answer to that question is very simple. Like, we're in a bubble of financing right now. There are people that would finance this venture just on idea. It's happened. People come in with a deck, they have nothing. People give them money for a piece of the business and they go and do it. That's your only option. I mean, there's nothing else practical. I mean, you know, anytime somebody sets up a question of, the amount of time, do you know how many people have emailed me with the title, about to help you buy the New York Jets, or Gary, open this email and you will buy the New York Jets, or I'm gonna help you buy the New York Jets. And the next line is, hey Gary, a fan of your work, I have $1 billion idea. Ideas are everybody's got an idea. Steve, do you have ideas?
All sorts of ideas.
I mean, I have unlimited ideas. You know, if you have the idea, that's nice. If you don't have the dollars and if you don't have the inventory, well, you, my friend, have nothing. And so the only way you do something about that is go and get dollars from somebody to, I assume, get the inventory. And I don't understand what the inventory is in this exact question. But the reason I'm answering this question is for the entire Vayner Nation to understand that practicality matters, right? Passion, which I'm loaded with, is great, right? Ideas transcend the world, great, agreed. But in execution, in practicality is when these things become true. That's what matters. That's what the people we all look up to have done. They've taken from here and they've made it happen. And so that is massively important, and that is something I push all of you to start spending some more time on. Question of the day for episode 9. Who in your family inspires you the most? Tag them up. Give them some love. It's a good thing to do. You keep asking questions, and I'll keep answering them. On this episode, I'm gonna chase that employee that's f***ing with me.
Outtake.
Secretly, I think the reason I'm even doing this show is because I realize I'm in the midst of this health transformation, and I'm kind of excited to watch me transform into the Incredible Hulk over the course of the next couple of years. Oh yeah, subscribe!